I'm Logan Crawford, the host of Footnote. We're looking at an extraordinary book called The Guru Next Door, A Teacher's Legacy. It is written by Wendy Dolber, and she's talking about the option method. And when we left for the break, we talked about your own personal journey in writing this book. What was it like writing this book for you?
An amazing, amazing experience. It was a lesson in not trying. Because I had a vision in my mind of this young girl hiding out in the wine cellar of the guru next door's house. And that's what I started with.
Right.
And that's all I had. I sat down, and it was like the whole book just went from my brain down my arms to my fingers to the keyboard.
Right.
And every time I would start to think about what to do next and what should I do, I just kept saying to myself, don't worry about it. It's just happening. Just write the book.
Just write, yeah.
And I wrote the whole book like that.
Right.
And when I got to, then I thought, I'm not going to know how to end this book.
Right.
And I said to myself, you didn't know how to start it. You didn't know how to get to the middle. What makes you think you know how to end it? Just do it the way you did it before.
Right.
And that's what I did. I just went back to the computer, put my hands down, and
But you're having a good
came out.
conversation with yourself that Bruce would have been very, very happy with, because
Yes.
you're questioning your choices and you're coming up with positive outcomes.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what
Right.
it's all about. You can tell yourself, I'm never going to come up with an ending for this book, or don't worry about it. You
Yeah.
did this, you'll be able to do that.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
And so it almost felt like divine inspiration, it sounds like.
It was very much like that. And I also have to tell you that while I was writing the book, I became seriously ill.
I'm sorry.
And myself had a really debilitating illness, and I didn't know, it was undiagnosed for a long time,
Right.
or wrongly diagnosed. And while I was trying to find out what was wrong with me, my body was becoming, more and more affected by this.
Right.
And this was in the process of writing the book. And I was also studying to be a yoga teacher.
Right.
And I was doing all that stuff and writing the book at the same time. And ultimately, it was diagnosed, and I was saved.
Right.
It was a spinal tumor.
Good God.
And I was able to get that taken care of. And it took me a while to get back to writing the book. That's why it took me so long to do it.
Right.
But I was able to do it. And the whole experience also, option method really helped me too with that illness, because
Yeah.
I think that it can be very terrifying to have an illness like that and feel like your whole body is just not functioning anymore. And I have
easy to go back into that pattern. See, I'm finally getting happy. I'm writing a book about happiness, and look, I'm sick.
Right.
That would be the old reaction.
Right, and
Right.
I did not do, and people would say to me, do you ask yourself, why did this happen to me? And I have to say, I never asked myself that.
That's a horrible
Never.
question.
Yeah, I would never ask myself that, and I never questioned it. All I said was, who can help me with this? And I just kept looking for someone that could help me, and I found someone that could help me. And and that's something that is brought out in the book too. The whole idea of help being near at hand is part of the idea of the book.
Right.
In that you have this very unhappy child, and who is going to help her? Well, it happens to be the guru next door, the man next door. I mean,
Right.
who would think that in suburban New Jersey, and this actually really happened,
Right.
that there could be a person who could be living there that has, not to sound too boastful on his behalf,
Right.
but a person who can change your whole life by showing you how you never have to be unhappy again.
Right.
Living in suburban New Jersey, how
Right.
wonderful.
Where,